Greetings, real estate roundup homies. Good evening to you. Greetings to you. I am Chris Haskins. Tonight we're going to be talking about real estate fraud. Real estate fraud. It's so interesting. I get these emails from time to time from a blog. I'm going to show you the blog, but some things came through that I'm like, I have to start talking about this stuff. I got to start talking about it. And I don't even want to. However, it has come to the point in my life that I must talk about. Let's see, what are we going to call this tonight? Real estate fraud cases. Man, this is just something. Let's call it that. Real estate fraud cases. So greetings. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. I got to hit button on Instagram. It's crazy, y'all. So I'm so honored that you allowed me to serve. I'm a little melancholy tonight. I had a loved one pass away. I got to go to the funeral. Kids tripping. My daughter's 16. She wants to go to the Busch Gardens tomorrow. She's got an attitude. And I just found out that most teenage girls got an attitude. Most teenage girls are just upset at the world. I'm just trying to understand, do you know where you live? Do you know what you got? I'm talking to my daughter. This is me. Do you know your position? You got your own bathroom. You got a private bedroom suite. You live in this. You got a car. You drive and you got all this stuff. So what I have learned is no matter how much money you make, you still got problems. You still got problems. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, my brother. Ron, if you can come on here tonight, I would love for you to come on and talk to us about, I'm going to be talking about some fraud and talking about loan applications too. Ron, I would love for you to call in and talk to me. I would love for you to chime in. Ron's a real estate broker. Ron, this is the phone number to come and chat about this. I'm going to talk about this case in a few moments. If you could jot that number down, Ron Lamb. Ron is a mortgage broker. And the guy knows exactly what he's doing. I would love for him to chime in on this stuff. Let's see, connected. We'll take phone calls here too. So as I get into trying to help you grow your business and to help you stay in business and build some wealth, I want to show you how we borrow money. Let me show you exactly how we do it. Because I don't want y'all to have any issues with how Chris does this stuff. I don't want y'all to be confused at all. So here's a loan that I'm putting together right now. This came in today. I want y'all to see the date. Wednesday, right now. So I've got a lender. This is one of my private lenders. Asked him, could I borrow some money? I need $200,000. So let me back up a little bit. Tonight we're talking about mortgage fraud, but I want to set this up because I want to show you how we do business, and then we're gonna go to some of these indictments. You can read these indictments right here: loan originator, convicted, mortgage fraud. So we're gonna go into this stuff here, but let me show you how we borrow money real quick. Oh boy, you got to be careful out here. So I sent an email to one of my lenders, and he sent this email to his bank. Tina, I plan on loaning Chris Haskins $102,000 from my IRAs in the next few days. Can you please pull the funds from the money market account? I'm leaving Monday to go out of the country, so we're trying to make this quick. Chris will send the promissory notes. Y'all see this? Chris will send me the promissory notes, and I approve and send to you. Chris, this is to me. The note totals $102,500. I want y'all to understand this. We borrow money from people's IRAs. Now, I highly recommend you to get an IRA. So he has two. This guy has two IRAs. He's got a Roth 66.5 he's going to loan me, and the SEP is 36,000. Now, this is something called, you got to get it, fractionalized lending, where both of his IRAs are in first position. I'm not going to get too deep into this tonight, but I just want you guys to understand. Chris, please draft the notes, get the notes signed and notarized, and send them to me. So the notes that I use, y'all, I want y'all to see the promissory notes that we use. So I left them out in the living room. Sorry about that. Be right back. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want to fax machine. I want y'all to understand how we borrow money, right? It's real simple. It's three pieces of paper. It's really two. It's one and a half. These are promissory notes, y'all. I sign it, my trustee signs it, and it's over. This is how we borrow money. This is how we borrow money in the real estate game in my world. So let me, is this Ron calling in now? This might be wrong. This might be wrong here. Hey, it's Chris Haskins. You're on live with me. Is this wrong? Hello? Oh, hold on a second. Let me make sure this thing is working. Connected on here. Ron.
Also have to start off Ron Lamb, NMLS 2303801.
Oh Lord, you got to do all that stuff.
I got to, unfortunately.
Ron, thanks for calling in, dog. I know you can call that quick, but let's get into this. So you want to just tell everybody what you do real quick?
Yeah.
Tell the people what you do.
Yeah, what's that? I'm trying to hear you. A little muffled.
Tell the people what you do, Ron. You got to cut the phone down. You probably got to talk right to the
phone. So I'm Ron Lamb. I'm a mortgage lender with Core Mortgage. NMLS 2303801. Also an investor as well. Buy and flip properties, and I'm a landlord. Do all the above.
Okay, good. Ron has the vernacular and the lingo that you can hear when you hear him talk. He's extremely matter of fact, boom, 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 just like a mortgage broker do. They need to do that so they don't confuse anybody when they're getting them in debt all this time. Ron,
oh yeah,
could you tell me a little bit about what you just saw? Did you see that promissory note that I just showed you?
I didn't. So what exactly happened there, Chris?
A guy loaned me $100,000 based on two-page promissory note. That's all. I mean, I just wanted to show everybody that before we got into this, before we got into the way you loan money and all the documents. We borrow money based on an email. We borrow money based on an email and a 3-page document. It was $100,000 that we just borrowed from a guy from his IRAs. That's the loan right there. I'm taking 65 from one IRA and 36,000 from another IRA, and that's it. He's approved my loan through an email, and it's over. Ron? Oh shoot, I lost you, man. Hold on, why am I losing you? Oh, you gotta Oh, hold on a second, Ron. You got disconnected. Okay, Ron, you there?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't hear you.
Oh,
same time, Chris. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right, you can't watch and I got you. So anyway, so we borrow money, Ron, based on an email and based on the value of the asset. That's it. There is no pre-approval. Yeah. There is no process of underwriting any of this stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta love that.
Well, I just want you to talk about that regarding your world and the world that I'm trying to bring all my round up homies to, my round up family to where, listen, there is two worlds of money.
There is. In my world, I mean, it's so much. We're going to look at your debt to income, your tax documents, your bank statements. We're going to dive into all that. We're going to see if you have any missed payments in the last 24 months. I mean, it's really, I would say it really becomes difficult. But if you really get into the nuance of loans, I mean, you can have high cost loans where the fees are too much and they don't allow you to do it. High price loans. And you could have a spouse that has a lower score than you that could bring you down, or has had a foreclosure. I mean, wow. You won't get the loan. It just makes it really difficult.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, Ron.
So.
Wow, that is deep. So much to talk about. I'm looking at this fraud case. I didn't know you was gonna come on so fast. I'm gonna read this stuff. You got time, or you want to? I just want to read this thing here.
I do have time, and I'll tell you one for just really quick.
Go
One
ahead.
one thing of fraud that I've heard of recently is someone submitted their mortgage documents, but submitted their 2024 W-2s and everything. Like they had everything already done, finished, and it was fraudulent. I mean, we figured it out, but it was fraudulent. And you can't do that. It has to be reported.
How do you get 2024 W-2 already when the year is not done? I mean, I don't
They
know.
didn't. It was fraudulent. It was fraudulent paperwork. I mean, people do submit fraudulent paperwork with their mortgages. Inflated bank statements and things that have been doctored, pay stubs places that they've never even worked at with pay stubs, and they do it. So it's something that we look for. We're looking for it.
I don't understand why you as a mortgage broker have to turn. I feel like you're wearing another hat as investigator. That's not fair. Are you on the line
It's
too?
not.
Are you? I feel it's like when you go to the
I
bank and the bank is like, "Well, this doesn't look like your signature." Well, you're a bank teller.
Yeah,
You're not a signature analyst. So what's going on here?
yeah. You're really looking to um, stop fraud because I mean it really can run rampant. You don't know what people are funding. There's a lot of laws against the things that people do, and you can really get yourself wrapped up in it and look like you're an accomplice
Hmm.
to it. So that's why you really want to call it out.
Oh, you don't want to be.
Yeah,
Damn, Ron. It's such a thin line to
yeah,
being an accomplice and being a witness.
yeah, yeah,
Good God, Ron, are you serious?
yeah, yeah. It is, and so when you see it,
I
I
didn't think
mean,
about
you got to
that.
call it out.
I didn't think about
Yeah,
that. Ron,
because you would be helping them commit this crime,
this is deep stuff.
especially when it's blatant. Yeah, especially when it's blatant. So, yeah, it's always something to look out for. And people can just print up whatever they want nowadays, but they
Hmm.
don't know that the depths that we go through. I mean, they don't know that will go to the IRS website
Download.
and check these things. Yeah, and download and check these things. That's what we do. It's part of the process.
But I'm going to read this case here, and people are doing things wrong, turning in these documents. I don't even think that they are aware of the weight that these crimes come with. Like turning in, that's like a serious. That is mortgage fraud. Turning that stuff in is like we just, you know.
Yeah, I think it's 10 years, $1 million is mortgage fraud. Uh, 10 years in prison, $1 million fine. I want to say.
This is deep stuff. So I got this first thing one. I'm gonna read it. I don't know if you can see it, but so if you want to, I can't take credit for this mortgage fraud blog. I get these things all the time. This is just from 2 weeks ago. Loan originator, which made me think about you, right? Loan originator convicted of mortgage fraud scheme. So this guy, Kevin, was in Melrose Park, Illinois. Let's see if I can blow it up. Y'all let me know if y'all can see that. Found guilty on September of orchestrated mortgage fraud scheme that bilked. I just had to find out what that word was, Ron. That's like bilked is like getting somebody to give you something under false pretenses.
Okay,
Multiple
all right.
financial institutions of 2.6 million. Smith was a loan originator of a mortgage lending business that originated processed loans for real estate purchases in Chicago. Evidence at the 2-week trial revealed that Smith engaged in a scheme to fraudulently obtain 2.6 million in federally guaranteed mortgages loans in connection with the purchase of 14 properties in Chicago. Smith recruited buyers. I want to stay here. Smith recruited buyers at real estate investing seminars. Everybody does this.
Wow.
Held in Chicago area churches and hotels and caused them to make false representation to lenders. Ron just said somebody gave him some W-2s, among other things. The source of their down payments, we're going to cover that too, and their intention to occupy the properties as their primary residence. Let's stay here. This is so much. God, it's just in one sentence.
Yeah.
Ron, this is so much we can unpack. Smith recruited buyers in real estate investment seminars and hotels to cause them to make false representations to lenders. So I'm just thinking these are straw people. Let's stay there, Ron. You just talked about that. These are people that he just bumped into to do business with.
Yeah. Oh yeah. he's pushing them in the direction that he wants to in order to obtain money.
But here's the thing: where's the line of saying I am a forward-thinking, vigilant, energetic entrepreneur versus somebody that's trying to commit fraud? I mean, I feel like it's so close to
Yeah,
each other. You know, Ron? Because I feel like for me, I'm like so gung ho, like go, 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 go. Go ahead, talk about that, Ron.
I think I lost you for a second there. We're back.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So go ahead. What could you just talk about? Let's just keep going. The source of their down payments. Ron, I'm a forward-thinking entrepreneur, and I want you to do business with me, and I give you the money for the down payment. Unpack that for me.
I just all I heard was down payment, Chris.
Golly,
I'm
it was
sorry. What did
breaking
you
up.
say?
I
Yeah,
mean, so I meet you
yeah,
at I meet you at a real estate investing meeting, right? You with
yeah.
me? I'm the
Oh
entrepreneur.
yeah.
You're a guy with a good credit. I'm like, look, I'll give you the down payment. Let's do some deals together. Oh, could you just talk about that, Ron? Because in my like in a newbie investor's mind, that's just doing business.
That's normal. It's normal. In our world, as far as investing, yeah.
But it
You
says
meet
here,
someone, you both want to go in the same route. Yeah.
but what I'm saying, what he's being charged for making false representations to lenders about where the source of the down payments came from. So in my mind, I'm like, does the actual borrower have the down payment, or can I bring it to the borrower? You know, why can't? What are you looking for?
So the borrower has to have their down payment sourced, whether it's through a bank account or a retirement account. Um, so it has to be sourced. It has to be accounted for. We want to see paperwork from any of those accounts to know that it's there. Someone could give you false paperwork, especially on on owner occupied. I mean, that's the law. That's what they're looking for on owner occupied properties. Is it
Mhm.
came from your bank account? It wasn't a gift fund. Um, and in instances it can be a gift fund, but you just can't show up with $20,000 extra dollars in your bank account from a random person and say I want to buy a property,
Yeah, that's what I'm
because you
talking
don't know
about.
if that it could be a straw buyer. It could be a straw buyer.
Could you explain to all my round up homies that don't know what a straw buyer is, Ron, please?
A straw buyer is a person who intends to uh, purchase a property, but it's not them. It's through someone else. So let's say, I'll give you an example. You have a friend, they want a place to live, and you're like, you know what? I'll you. They have the money. They may not have the credit, but they go and apply for a loan, or you go and apply for a loan for them,
Mhm.
with the intention of putting them into the property. I
Okay.
think that's just the best way for me to explain that. But that person never used their own down payment or their funds really, or their credit to get the property. So that's that's something that they do.
Well, this guy here, I'm keeping reading, made false representations about their intentions to occupy the properties, Ron. How many times have I heard somebody say, "Well, I bought it, but tomorrow I don't want to live here."
Yeah, yeah, they do that. They do that.
People think, and once
People say
again,
that.
my thing is, people think that they can just change your mind tomorrow, and oh, well, it's okay. I decided not to live here. I mean, could you just talk about that? I mean, it's like they think that that's not a thing.
No, if we're talking about the same thing, then yeah, if people are under contract to live at a place. They can't switch out another
Yes.
person, or yeah, they you can't do that. Yeah,
So I just want, well, Ron, I guess there's such a thin line. Like back in the day, it was like
yes.
there weren't inspectors coming. I mean, 20 years ago, it was like whatever. I mean, it wasn't a, but now
Hmm.
you say you're going to move into it, you get a preferred rate or you get some special. Don't you have things that are different for owner occupants as opposed to non owner occupied loan products?
Absolutely. I mean, just think about it. As an investment property, you're generally asked to put down 20%. On
Okay.
an FHA loan, it's 3.5% down.
Hmm.
So just think about on a $200,000 property, as an investment, you're looking at
40 grand.
two times two, $40,000. Okay, but
Hmm.
3.5% on a $200,000 property, six,
7
seven
grand.
thousand dollars
Big
or
difference.
so. I mean, look at the difference in that. How many more properties you could get owner occupied versus in investment? You know, if you use whichever loan that you want it to use. So yeah, they want to stop that. They don't want people just using owner occupied loans or FHA loans to buy investment properties.
So this gentleman here, Kevin Smith, the allegation, well, he's been convicted false representations on the borrower's intention to occupy the property as their primary residence. So y'all, you're listening to a mortgage broker. I'm looking at somebody that's been convicted right here. Please, please think real hard when you're filling out. And Ron, what about the loan application? I mean, 20 years ago, it was stated. You just write down whatever, they push your loan through. I just feel like, aren't they cracking down on even the data you put on the application?
Yeah, for sure. You look at the application. There's so many different data points in the application that they're going to push through. They have automated underwriting systems that can pick up different things from a loan
Mhm.
to make sure it's you, or you worked at a different place, or you have this debt to income, like this is correct. I mean, it's
Mhm.
they try to make it difficult for you. But yeah, the application, the 1003 or the ERLA, that's something that you really have to just look at closely to make sure it's even the person. I mean,
Oh,
it's
wow.
even, yeah, you have to make sure that all that information is correct.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So your people are using these owner occupied loans. I'm gonna tell you what people do, y'all. They get these owner occupied loans because, as Ron just said, they have a lower down payment. Was it lower down payment, right? 3%, 3.5%.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then people are saying, "Well, I just use it for investment property." Y'all, I'm not gonna say you can or can't do it. But I'm just saying you're committing fraud when you're doing that. Okay, and
It's mortgage fraud
mortgage
every
fraud.
day of the week.
Yeah, dude. You just do not want these people coming after you. I have seen it. I have seen it firsthand from friends of
uh,
mine
uh, just imagine a VA loan is 0% down.
for owner occupant.
I mean, for owner occupied, yes, owner
Oh,
occupied
wow.
VA loan 0% down. So you pay closing costs. If the seller pays your closing costs, you purchased the property
Nothing.
with almost no money into it.
Mm,
So yeah, imagine if someone committed mortgage fraud many times over by collecting houses with VA loans.
mm, mm. Guys, you're gonna have.
Yeah,
And what's weird is, Ron, this stuff only pops up once in a while. Listen, Smith provided or caused others to provide funds to the borrowers and the buyers for use as down payment. So these people didn't even have the down payment, Ron, knowing that the lenders were falsely led to believe that the money belonged to the buyer. So he made it look like the borrowers had this money. Ron, once again, in my
yeah,
mind, that's like in my mind, I'm like, I'm a savvy dude. If I can make you help you buy a house and we can partner up, but that's fraud. Though. I
yeah,
mean, it's like once again, it's a thin line.
yeah. And you're talking about federally backed loans as well. That's the reason why you only have to put down 3.5%,
Hmm.
is they have mortgage insurance against the property, against the loan itself. So yeah, I mean,
Talk about that, Ron.
it's
What is loan
it's
insurance
all
for
fraud.
people that don't know? People that don't know what mortgage insurance is.
Mortgage insurance is going to pay for the loan if you default on it. I mean, it's simple. It's not it's not necessarily for the actual buyer themselves. It's for the lender to
Mhm.
pay off the loan whenever you default.
So you got to pay that, y'all. I don't
So
like it, but
no, no,
it's part of doing business. So, Ron, is there a way to get
yeah,
around this? If I'm an entrepreneur and somebody has good credit and I want to loan, I want to help them with the down payment. What could we do to possibly
yeah.
do business together, Ron? In your eyes?
What could you do to you could use? There's different loan types. First, you could use private money. I mean, that's you could start there. But there's different loan types that you could use, which are non-qualifying mortgages,
Okay.
non QM loans that don't have some of those guidelines like Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have built into them. So you may be able to team up. On a commercial loan, your funds don't have to be sourced until the day of closing. I mean, the day of closing, you have the funds. Who cares where it came from? On a commercial loan, it's there. You can use it. So that's just the difference in the two loan types.
So if I wanted to team up with somebody, and would I go on the loan with them too to make it legitimate? And I'm bringing the down payment. I'm just trying to figure out ways that people can work together without committing fraud.
You don't have to go on the loan with them. If in this case, he didn't have to. If he would have used a different loan type, he could have purchased properties and teamed up with someone else and used their funds.
Mhm.
But yeah, he didn't have to. It looks like he used like an FHA loan or a
Yeah,
conventional loan
that's what it
to
looks
do
like.
this. Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's owner occupied.
yeah, that looks like what they were going for to get that low down payment and the good interest rate.
Yeah, yep, interest rate for sure. That's what they're looking for. I mean, you could be looking at a difference in a 6.8 or 6.2 or 14% interest rate.
Hold
For an
up. Say that
investment loan, up
again,
to a
Ron.
owner occupied. Maybe right now it could be anywhere in the high to mid fives, mid sixes.
That's the interest
But
rate you're
an
talking about.
investment loan, the interest rate for the actual loan itself,
Okay, yeah. I just want to make sure I'm clear. I'm like, wow, okay, good.
yeah, yeah. So as an investment loan, it could be 10 to 14%
Now I
on that.
see what's
So
going on.
that would be the reason why they would want to do that.
This is deep stuff, y'all.
Hmm.
We got Ron Lamb on the phone with us. He's a mortgage broker, so he can unpack this. Ron, after a closing and the issuance of the government-insured mortgage loan, Smith made payments to the buyers. I guess he paid them, describing them as grants. So he paid these people, and then pocketed payments from the sellers without notifying the lenders. So he wrote a check to these people.
Yeah. Didn't hear the last part you said there, Chris. I'm sorry.
Oh, after the closing and issuance of the government-insured loan, like you said, it's probably FHA or something.
Hmm.
Smith made
Yeah.
payments to the buyers. So he paid the buyers, describing them as a grant.
Wow.
And then he took money from the sellers without notifying the lenders. So I guess the money wasn't on the HUD.
Yeah. Yep. Never showed up.
You know what's weird, Ron?
Mm.
I'm telling you, 2024, before I got into the business, people would sell a property to somebody else and they would just give them a few dollars. I seen it. We're like, you want to buy this house from me? Cool. I'll give you $5,000 after closing. I mean, it was nothing to do that.
I believe that.
I'm just telling you,
I truly believe it.
this was the business. I seen it happen in New Jersey. Like, yeah, I knew we know the buyer, so I mean, he gonna buy it from me. And I'm just getting $5,000 after close. But that's done. Like, dude, that is.
And just imagine that's not worth the $1 million fine or 10 years in prison. It just isn't. It never is.
It's over. All right. Well, Ron, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I didn't have anything else.
Listen, anything else you want to add here, Ron? I want to bring you on the channel one day eventually, but you want to add anything to people that are out there getting mortgage loans, brother?
Just be honest on the application. Try to take care of your debt to income before you apply for a loan. There's many loan types that'll fit you if that's the route that you want to go for owner occupied. And team up. You get your wife's credit good or get your husband's credit good so that you can get more property. One of the worst things to see is when a couple wants to buy and you can only use one of their incomes. You can't use the other one. You can only use one part of the file. And we choose the lowest of the two credit scores.
What do you mean by
So,
that? What is?
you
Hold
know,
up.
you just
What does that mean, Ron? You choose the lowest
if
or the
you have
same?
if you have a 790 credit score and your wife has a 500 credit score,
Mm-hmm.
if you wanted to use both incomes, you're going to have to use the 590 on the credit score. Yeah, or you're going to have to just use the income from the person who has the 790 credit score. So, and that may reduce your amount of house you can get. It's going to change your debt to income on the property, and
Mm-hmm.
you just won't get what you want. That happens a lot of the time.
So multiple people. I'm hearing people say that a lot too, especially with my Latinos in the building. They be having 4, 5, 6 people on the app. From what I'm hearing, Ron,
Yep.
I'm like, our culture
Yeah.
needs to take notes from these people, yo. You don't got to go ahead and do it by yourself. You don't got to do it by
Yeah, you
yourself.
don't. You don't. No, you don't have to do it by yourself. And there's live together and buy it. And of course, husband and wives can as well.
Hmm.
So
Friends and
yeah,
husband and wives, family. All right. Well, I'll let
yeah.
you get out of here, Ron. I don't want to hold you up, man. Thank you so much for chiming in with me,
Thank
brother.
you, Chris.
All right.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you. Bye.
Ron, loan broker. Listen, y'all. Coming up soon, make sure in the video description we got the My Best Tenant Challenge, 5 days. How to locate, place, and manage a tenant that you love. Okay, it's coming up soon. I'm almost got Lakeisha down. Lakeisha manages over 200 doors, so make sure you go to the video description and put your email address in so you could join our email list. You don't miss that. All right, one more case and then we're out of here. So if you haven't yet, join this mortgage fraud blog. Oops, mortgage fraud blog so you know what's coming down the pipeline. People are going to jail, so you don't say, "Oh, I didn't know that was a thing." This is crazy. Look at this old stuff. Lavelle Harris in Florida arrested on an indictment, wire fraud. I'm telling y'all, man, wire fraud and mortgage fraud. They got real teeth. I got friends in jail for this stuff. According to the court documents, between February and January, Harris devised a scheme to defraud by obtaining a mortgage through false representations. Let me just stay here, y'all. Obtain a mortgage through false. I'm telling y'all, this could be anything. It could be an application. It could be something you turned in for your W-2 statement that wasn't real. Some type of bank statement that you borrowed some money from somebody you didn't even know. You know, you borrowed the money, but you said it was income. Some type of credit card. I mean, this could be anything. So watch out when you're filling out these mortgage applications. Harris then used the proceeds from the fraudulently obtained mortgages. I guess he might have refinanced that was subject to federal criminal forfeiture. Harris fraudulently obtained $650,000 as part of the scheme. If convicted, Harris faces up to 20 years in prison. Okay, this is just an indictment. Thought it was another here. Omar Lopez, 39, Illinois. Hernandez sentencing hearing found that starting around June 2018, Hernandez was aware of and acted to conceal the fraudulent nature of several falsified documents that were submitted to loan providers. You turn in documents, y'all, and you don't even know that they're falsified. Somebody give you some stuff. 2 fraudulent loan packages were submitted in an unsuccessful attempt to obtain business loans. He didn't even get the loans. The 2 other fraudulent loan packages were submitted in a successful attempt to obtain a home mortgage loan. Lopez was aware of the submission of fraudulent documents and took steps to conceal their fraudulent nature from the loan companies and law enforcement. At the sentence hearing, the government represented evidence showing that Lopez's name is on the deed of the house for the fraudulent obtained mortgage. Oh my goodness. So you got to be careful, y'all. I'm just here to just help you because I've seen people go down. I'm seeing them go down. Terry, what's going on? Good to see y'all. Put your questions in real quick. We'll answer some quick questions. Terry, is my ability to borrow money like that based on my relationship with the person making the loan? Absolutely, Terry. That is a great question. So if you're just joining us, you didn't see, I want y'all to see how we borrow money. This is a loan that I'm just doing together right now. This came in today. This is a loan that we're doing $100,000. It's actually gonna be 150. Wednesday. It was yesterday. I'm sorry. Chris, I'm planning on loaning me 102. This is the loan here, 102. His Roth IRA, and he has a SEP IRA. So this is a fractionalized. I had to give him a deed of trust, and I had to give him the notes. This is what my notes look like, y'all. 3 pages. 1, 2, and a signature page. That's it. I'm not making this up. This is what I do. This is what I do. I borrow money just like this. Okay. So I want you to know what's out there. I don't want you to think that the only way to get money is by going through conventional means. If you want to come on and ask a question or chime in about the mortgage fraud, give me a call at 757-204-1332. If you want to chime in about the mortgage fraud situation or talk about any deal you got, or if you have a question, chime in 204-1332, 757-204-1332. Chris Ritter, what up? I'm confused about getting an escrow account for a subject to. Can I explain that part? Chris, an escrow account. Could you be a little more detailed? I'm a little unsure about what you mean by getting an escrow account with that. Any questions you got? Tune in right live right now, 757-204-1332. Y'all, I saw this mortgage thing come down and I wanted to share it with you because I don't want you. So what back in the day, people were doing, they would get a home loan they said they were going to move into it. And then the next day they were like, well, I don't necessarily want to live here. Now mortgage companies have inspectors. They have people that will go out and verify that you live there. They want to see, they might knock on the door. They might say, can I see a proof of a utility bill or something mail that you got here? So you just never know when they're going to come. Okay. So make sure when you're borrowing money in the traditional sense, be upfront, even if it's private. For me, I'm still letting people know, all my lenders, they know exactly what I'm doing. They can see pictures of the property. They have good security, and they don't have to worry about whether I live or die, or even if I do the deal, because they are secured. My lenders have a lot of equity above their loans. That's how we're able to borrow money from people at all times. ZQ, and don't forget, we're gonna keep going here. Join our email list. It's in the video description below. You don't want to miss the My Best Tenant Challenge. Me and Lakeisha. Lakeisha is a property manager, manages over 200 doors. She is a beast when it comes to dealing with tenants. And I begged her, I twisted her arm to do this challenge with me. ZQ, I came across a foreclosure auction in my neighborhood, and I wonder what kind of due diligence I should do before going to the auction. Well, the first thing we got to do, ZQ, that's a great question. ZQ, where you coming in from? Let me know. First thing you got to do is a title search. You got to do a title search so you know what position the loan is in. Second thing is try to talk to them before it goes to foreclosure. Number 3, get your down payment money ready, get your financing ready. And 4, go to the property, walk by, peep in the window if you want to. I do all the time. Well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you to peep in the window. I peep in the window, but I don't. If you want to do that, you can. But I do it. I'm not going to tell you to do it. But you do need to drive by and make sure the house hadn't burned down to the ground. And go to the auction. When you bid, don't bid to the very end. Always wait till all the crazy maniacs have bid and then you bid. Okay, that's a good question, ZQ. Any questions? Call in quickly. I'm leaving out of here in a few minutes. That's the phone number to call in right now. Miss Amanda James, brother Chris, thanks for all that you do from Memphis. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Round up in conclusion. I want to keep you out of jail. I don't believe you're going to look good in a orange jumpsuit. Neither will I. You see how we borrow money. I'm going to teach you how we borrow money. We borrow money based on the relationship with our lenders, based on the role behind us, right? You saw this is just an email. Boom, boom, boom. Chris, I need X amount of dollars. Boom, send it back. There is no back and forth. There is no application. There is no appraisal. There is no inspection. There are no bank statements I have to turn in. There are no tax returns. Nothing. None of that stuff. It's all based on the relationship that we've crafted. And I think it's challenging for some of us to have these relationships too. I want to talk about that. Why is it so hard? So okay. So people hire me around the country to be their trustees for their trust, their land trust, right? I had a guy call me today. He says, "Chris, I just don't trust anybody," and I understand why. Because one of his trustees, this guy hired a trustee for his land trust, and his trustee said he was going to actually sell the property on. He told him that I'm going to sell your property. So I do get where it's hard to trust everybody, but if you don't have somebody in your life that you trust, y'all, I want you to open up your circle. And I don't mind being, I enjoy meeting you and being your trustee. It's fine. I got documents over here. I got documents from people all around the country. This is trustee docs right here from somebody in, where are they at? Maumelle, Arkansas. I don't even know where this house is. I'm the trustee on houses that I've never even been to. But I want you to understand that get in a better network of people. Go to your local real estate groups. You're gonna meet some good people there. You're gonna meet, you're gonna meet. Not everybody's gonna have your best interest, but try to open up your network of people. So when it is come time for you to buy a house, you don't have to scramble or struggle to find a trustee to be your land trust for your land trust. I got so much training I'm gonna going over. I got a judgment against me. I can't wait. I'm gonna do a video. I got this judgment from Pender and Coward. Y'all can see this is an attorney. See the attorney right there? I got a judgment, $330, $100. You're gonna see how I don't care about this judgment. They're filing a judgment against me, and I'm gonna show you. Make sure you stay tuned so you can see why I do not give a hill of beans about a judgment. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't attach to me. Y'all know all my properties are in trust, and I'm gonna help you understand. That's why I teach and preach this trust stuff. Because if you get a judgment, guess what? That attached to you. You ain't got to worry about it. That's exactly why I always get. I use land trust.
From.
Let's see what we got here. Caller, state your name and where you're calling from, please.
Chris, Terry Cannon, calling from Lansing, Michigan area.
What's your name, brother?
Terry Cannon.
Terry Cannon. What up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Yourself?
Man, I'm on top of the world. If I could get through this, if I got the business thing under control, if I could get the family and my wife happy and the daughters and all that and my son good, I think I would be, I think everything would be smooth. But I'm blessed. What you got going on, Terry, man?
I know that. Oh man, so I am actually a licensed builder, but I'm a remodeler. Okay. I deal with I deal with a lot of distressed houses and stuff like that, and I being a self-directed IRA to fund her flip.
I love it. Say that again. You broke up.
I said one of my investors is actually using a self-directed IRA to fund one of her flips.
Praise God. I love this. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So my question to you was because, you're only doing a 3-page thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that had to come from a relationship that developed over a period of time. This is not just somebody that you went up to and said, hey, loan me your IRA. Y'all had to establish some kind of relationship over a period of time, right?
Well, let's stay there for a minute, Terry. I appreciate you for asking this. So Terry's talking about the people that loan me money. I'm going to say yes and no. This is why I love social media. I have people that loan me money from their IRA that I've never met.
Mm-hmm.
Never met them.
Okay, but then now those folks are loaning to you because of your reputation now that was built up over that period of time, right? Because people know that you're a credible individual.
Well,
they know that you're a credible individual.
Well, let's talk about that too, Terry. I can only do so much on the screen, right? I try to sow. If you follow my channel, which obviously you do, I try to put so much in it, so it's like you have no doubt in your mind that I'm an ordinary guy. I take you to the bank. Right. I show you the bank statements. I take you to the house. You meet my
the work.
I'm trying to.
You don't just get a tea. You get a bag and the cup.
That's by design, because I want people to know, because I don't like when the gurus all try to hold back, like, oh, you can't see that, can't see that. So I do that. So when people get to me, they're like, I'm already dealing with millions of dollars. So you're a little 100,000. I'm
Right.
thankful, but I'm like, that's just another day. It is a big deal. I'm thankful and all that
Right.
stuff, but I don't want them to come to me like, I got this 100,000. What you gonna do for me? It's like, man, I'm already doing deals. You want to come in? So
Right.
yes. So I do all that.
And I really appreciate that, because I've been doing this since 1992, but I've been on the contractor side of it, and
Okay.
also have bought and done my own flips, and I've also been a landlord, stuff like that.
Okay.
Now I'm rocking 65 in December, so I'm trying to
How's
set
your
it
back?
up.
How your hands and your back and your knuckles, man?
Bro, I'm blessed.
That's
I am
good.
so blessed. I'm still throwing sheetrock by myself, stuff like that. But I got a good team too,
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. But so I've been seeking out this information because I understand that the one thing that you can't stop is that dirt, bro. It's gonna come get you one day. Okay. So I set up my team so that I can kind of manage them and let them do the field work, and I do the acquisition and the disposition. Okay.
Yeah.
And I say about your integrity and your credibility, because I have looked at a lot of different channels, and most people don't get me past 2 views. I've rocked with you for a while now.
Wow, that is such
and I appreciate the way you put things out, just like as a real person, and like I said, you don't just get the tea, you get the bag and the cup.
Terry, I appreciate that. So when you saw that self-directed, is this something, is self-directed investing, is that new for you, or you've been dealing with that before too?
Actually, this project that we're doing for her, and this investor, she lives in California.
So she's
never seen this property.
Oh, she's
never even seen this property.
She's a baller.
Yeah. No, she trusts me like folks trust you. I got a couple of them too, bro.
It sounds like to me we need to turn them into lenders, Terry.
Yeah, I mean, and she's trying to grow on her side as well. So she's, right now she's in real estate school, trying to get a realtor's license and stuff like that. So usually I only deal with people that are actually serious. I had one lender, and this brother, I mean, he haggled me down for $5,000 on my side.
Yeah.
And I told him, bro, I'm already giving you a deal.
I don't got time.
Right. So then he came in. We was about 3/4 of the way done, and he got too geek. He spilled. He said, "Man, I'm about to make $100,000 on this. I already had the appraisal." I've not done anything else. When we finished that, he came to me. He said, "Yo, man, I got another one." I said, "Yeah, you got another one."
Yeah. $5,000. You making $100,000? Come on, dog.
Right.
You know what? You're at the point in your life where I'm getting where I don't care if we do business or not. It's more than enough people. I'm reading your mind. Like, I don't need this. I don't need it.
I don't need it. I'm good. Like I told you before, man, I'm blessed. And still growing. I have one, that an investment property of mine that is 95% complete. I own it outright. I don't owe anything because I paid for everything with cash.
Good for you.
Right. And so I need to know what my next moves are, like when I sell it and then acquire another one. So I don't know if we can sidebar that conversation. I don't want to, take up all the time, because there's other folks on here that might want to ask some things or whatever. If you could just shoot me an email or something, I can give you my email address, anything that can, or tell me some of your past programs that you put out that I can go look at, anything like that, which should be my next move. Because I want to buy another place.
Yeah, I love this. I mean, obviously we could talk to you. If you just go to the fastest way, go to the website, just get a consultation. That way my team put it right on my day. Boom, we got you right there. You go to chrishaskins.com, just get a consultation. Sound like we need to, yeah. But my main thing before I leave you right now, We need to talk to that lady and be like, look, you doing your deals. Why don't you finance some of my, obviously we have a way we're going to present it. We have a prospectus we give her. That's what you need too, a perspective. So when you can show her what you've done and all that, she trusts you already. So it ain't like you got a lot of selling. She need to be your
Yeah,
lender.
no, she trusts me because of our past relationship on remodeling.
Good.
And even with this house, like I said, she basically said, find the house and I'll fund it. I found a
What?
house. It was a 4-in-1. It was 3 rooms upstairs, 1 on the first floor with 1 bathroom.
Okay.
So I told her, you about to lose a bedroom on the 2nd floor.
I ain't mad at that.
And so I put a bathroom with a laundry room on the 2nd floor.
Oh man, that's sweet, dog. That's sweet right there, man.
Blew out a wall and conjoined the kitchen with the dining room.
That's sweet. That's sweet. I like that. The open floor plan.
Yeah,
Open floor plan.
exactly. And that's my expertise, the remodel side of it. So now I'm trying to gain this side of it so I can continue moving forward as I age.
Yeah, cool. Hey, Terry,
We
thanks for
baby
tuning
boomers,
in.
man.
What?
We last long.
I know y'all fools, man. Y'all ain't going nowhere. Y'all fools. Yo. All right, let me get out of here. Terry, nice talking to you, brother.
Yep, appreciate your time. Yep,
Talk to you
peace
soon.
out.
Round up, let me get out of here, man. It's been an honor talking with y'all. So, last before I leave you, make sure you, in the video description below, give us your email address so you don't miss the My Best Tenant 5-day challenge coming up here in the near future. In the next, hopefully, we'll get opened up early registration within the next week or so. We're still working on it. I got a funeral to go to, kids, marching band, football season, all this stuff. I want to leave you with this, y'all. I coach and train people coast to coast. I'm noticing that the vision of the action, what are the steps? Boom, 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 boom. Okay. But that has to come from the vision of where you want to go in your life. You heard Terry talk about he's 65. Not everybody's going to be doing a lot of wholesaling and flipping paper. Some people need to work on their retirement with some buy and holds. Some people need to go out there and raise some money so they can do some fix and flips. So every person is going to be at a different walk of life. Are you building wealth? Because remember, earning money loves speed, but wealth loves time. It's going to take time. So if you're 60, 66, 67, you need to be thinking about wealth and your passive income. Okay. Hopefully throughout your 30s and 40s, you've earned enough money. But if you're younger, you need to figure out how are you going to actually set into motion or do some time traveling for you to build some wealth for yourself. Okay. And in my culture, if you're watching this, you're part of my culture and my community. We got to stop thinking about the damn weekend and think about the next 10, 20 years. All right. This is what the reason we don't think about this stuff is because we weren't trained. We don't know where we come from. We don't know we came from kings and people that owned land and had governments and all this stuff. So now we have a purpose for this. When we get a purpose, then we say, in my house, this is what we do. This is what we do. We buy assets. This is what we do. We save for education. This is what we do. We buy real estate. We build. We renovate. We own and control capital. Okay, this is what we do here. So I want us to pass this on, and we got to change our habits. All this Christmas and buying stuff and craziness, we got to stop spending all of our capital on crazy Christmas. I love Christmas. I'm a huge Christmas fan. But the toys and all this stuff, y'all, we got to rethink it. All right. Take some of that money, do some training. Roundup, I love you. I will see you on the next video. This weekend, we got a video coming out. I had some tenants move. They broke their lease. You're going to see how they left my property. I cannot wait for you to see. You're going to see how I sold the property, lease option, that I'm going to be selling it again. All right. I'll see y'all soon. Make sure you share this stuff so people can understand that I don't want them to be a victim of mortgage fraud. All right. Talk to y'all soon. Much love to you. Peace.